Oh no. It's really good. It's really good.
Hi guys, Mary here, and I'm with the lovely Claire from Kitchy Kitchen.
When you forget that it's date night and you need to cook something really impressive really fast, this is the recipe for you. And the cool thing about this is it's all done in the time it takes to cook our pasta.
So we can use any pasta, any green, any hard cheese.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really adaptable and it looks really fancy. All right, so officially the clock is on. We now have 10 minutes to finish this. While I'm breaking down the Swiss chard, I'm gonna have you grating the Parmesan. Look at you, you're cooking.
So
now that we have this kind of prepped, we're
Yes.
actually gonna start it on sauteing everything. So while that heats up, I'm gonna smash the garlic.
Okay.
So the easiest way to smash garlic, you just put the knife down and do this. And then the peel just comes right off. So once again, eyeballing it, about like a tablespoon. I'm now going to add my garlic. And then how spicy do you want it?
I mean, I'm open. I feel like I like spicy.
Perfect. Well, I'll let you put the pinch of our chili flake in there then.
I feel like Vanna White of the kitchen.
I know, like, and there we go.
More?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You know what? I wouldn't put that in there with the garlic. I'd never think of that.
It's nice. Well, it adds like just so much, like a little bit of heat, it adds a little bit of flavor, and cooking it also just sort of brings out that flavor as well. We can see that the garlic's starting to brown, and it browns really quickly.
Right.
Will you add the greens on top for me?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I would love.
And this is gonna wilt down a ton. Let's put some salt. Ooh, and hit that with a little bit of the pepper.
Tell me when.
That's perfect. We are now making brown butter, which to me is my favorite thing ever.
Okay.
So essentially, all we're doing is melting butter.
Okay.
And then cooking it a little bit longer. Once it's at the temperature you like, once it's the color you like, immediately take it out of the pan and put it into a bowl or something else, because it will continue to cook wherever there's heat.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna let you be the al dente taste tester.
A little bit more.
Perfect. We're in perfect zone then because our butter still needs to brown. But the goal is you want it to have like a unified kind of creamy nuttiness to it. You want to try to avoid it separating completely. Round two.
Perfect.
It's great. Okay, I'm gonna kill that. So I'm gonna pop the pasta into the pan, followed immediately by the butter. Is that cool?
Yeah. Claire, just chime in if you need me to do anything.
I will. You're gonna help me with the cheese in a second.
Okay.
Okay, so in goes the pasta. So here, you can see the color is completely different.
It smells so good. It's like, little brown dots in there.
Yeah, it's like very, very amazing and delicious. So the butter goes on and you want to make sure you get all the little brown bits. And now time for the cheese. So a big handful of cheese. Biggest handful you can muster. There we go. Throw on the breadcrumbs and the pine nuts.
The whole thing?
Yeah, toss it on.
Okay.
This is all just to add like a textural element.
Okay.
Truly, it's like make it your own, do what feels right for you.
Claire's School of Life over here. Do what you want. Feel free.
Next up is frying some eggs. So I added olive oil to our burnt butter pan, so you can see the butter burnt further.
Is this what professionals do?
You're supposed to break it into a bowl first because it's just more control.
You do two at a time, and do you flip them just with your hand?
I actually, you know what's funny is that this doesn't actually even need to flip necessarily. It kind of will stay pretty self-contained.
Is it because of the oil in there?
Yeah. So I'm gonna do this because this brings some of the oil on top and it actually cooks the whites. I mean, it looks great, it tastes great, but you shouldn't have to feel like it's a big performance and you have to be on and, doing a million little things at once. Like, you should just make food that makes you happy. Okay, so you can see it's almost completely cooked through. And the yolks are gonna be super gorgeous and runny. So funny, I'm being like, it's so easy, and / using every utensil in my home right now. This is the food stylist in me, where I'm like, it needs to be pretty.
Keep going. I like this.
It needs to
Swirl it
look
around.
nice.
You just took it to another level.
Well, all of a sudden,
that's like when you run out and go get or go buy the sauce at the Italian restaurant down
Yeah.
the street. Come home, make a little bit of pasta on your own, but you spin it around.
You spin it around, and all of a sudden, it looks like, oh my gosh.
Add a couple basil leaves.
Oh yeah,
and you're like,
totally. And then
babe.
it's like, oh my gosh, the #1 cook.
Slaved.
It makes me feel better when there's like a teeny bit left in the pan. I'm like, see, I showed restraint.
And then I eat it later with the floor.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have some leftovers. It's about creating food that's layered and pretty and has a lot going on. Pasta with some butter and garlic is amazing. Like, that doesn't necessarily need to be improved in a big way. And you know what? We're here. It's Valentine's Day. What?
Get crazy.
Just keep doing it. And then, what? Well, because we're
I might have
fancy,
went a little crazy.
I'm gonna go get our gold forks. It is definitely time to dig in, but we actually have to get started on dessert before we take a bite of our amazing pasta.
Okay.
Basically, it's 8 ounces of dried fruit. I just have a mix of stuff. I have some dried blueberries, some dried raisins, or raisins are dried, a half cup of sugar, a cup of wine. I like the flavor the wine gives, but you can just switch it out for juice. About a tablespoon of honey. This is gonna add a really nice sort of viscous texture. And this is where you can have some fun. I'm throwing a vanilla bean and some cinnamon sticks. You can throw in orange peels, whatever, any other spices you like. And then we're just gonna bring it to a boil and then bring it to a simmer and let it do its thing for like 30 minutes. And then we're gonna drizzle that when it's done on top of whipped mascarpone, but you could do ricotta, you could do Greek yogurt.
Okay, I have a question. Could
Yeah.
you do like cheesecake?
Oh, 100%.
Because you could also buy a little cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
Like even Trader Joe's or something.
Love it.
And do a little bit
and
of
then
that
it looks
on
all
top.
fancy. I like that. That's real smart. It doesn't always have to be a thing.
No,
It
but
can
you
be-
cook a little sauce.
You just make
put
a
that
thing.
on there.
Done. It looks really fancy. So anyway, we're gonna let this do its thing.
Guys, I'm really excited.
All right, best part is piercing the yolk. I love it because it's not too saucy, but if you wanted it to be saucy, you could add sauce to it. Like this would be great.
You
with-
bring your own sauce.
Bring
in
your
the
own
situation.
sauce. Yeah, you can add tomato sauce to
You're
it.
saucy enough, Claire. It really is. It's really good.
I love this stuff. And the cool thing is, like you saw, it's so adaptable. Just change it up. If you want more greens, add more greens. If you want less greens, less greens. No garlic, don't do garlic. You can really play around with it and make it your own. So this has been cooking and it looks lovely. And the big thing here is you just don't want the liquid to ever go away. Like there always should be some liquid in the pan. So if you do lose liquid, just add water and it's fine.
So you also said if you wanted to be healthy, you could use Greek yogurt.
You could. I love your cheesecake idea.
I do too.
What do you think? You like it?
I love it. And let
Right?
me just tell you, I was skeptical. I'm not a big dried fruit person, but this is really good and it gets it juicy and plump again.
Yep.
And there's something really nice about the coolness of the cheese with this being warm.
It is so wonderful because at first off,
Wonderful. It's truly wonderful.
It makes your food immediately feel elegant and sophisticated because you're working with contrast.
Does it burn
potato
more
chips.
calories?
Like,
It
sure.
confuses your body. It confuses your body, so it works harder.
No, totally. That sounds right.
Claire, will you marry me?
I will marry you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I know I learned a lot.
Oh, good. That was so much fun.
It was so much fun. You're a delight. Claire's book. Buy Claire's book because it's fabulous. I mean, every page. Like I feel like cauliflower.
That is cauliflower. Tempura cauliflower, in fact.
Subscribe to her channel that is floating around. I'm gonna get very distracted here because of the wonderfulness that is Claire. And like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.